The date is August 9th, 1995, Monday, 83 degrees. We see a man with short brown hair writing down notes on his notebook in his old greasy office with the heat of the summer flying through the air. Then the phone starts to ring. The man picks up the phone. "Hello, this is Noah." It's quiet. Then whispers, tiny whispers. "Hello, Noah. This is Jim. And we just got a new lead on an old case about this Freddy's." Noah drives his way to the pizzeria on the scary streets of South Boulevard, full of garbage from the rude high schoolers nearby at the Ridge Community High School. Noah arrives and pulls up as we see Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Noah's partner takes a nap and tells Noah to wake him up at 6. With the smell of young children, metal, grease, pizza flying through the air, Noah knows he's here. He looks inside the window, seeing chairs stacked up, all looking normal. Then he sees the stage. But a car interrupts and pulls in. A man comes out and welcomes Noah to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. They shake hands and exchange names. "Hello, I'm Samuel, the manager of this establishment, and you must be the detective they sent to check this place out?" "Yes, I am. I'm Noah. Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too, but sadly we have closed down shop a year ago due to some problems, and we only open up during rental parties, like our old sister location. But let's not worry about our problems. Let me just bring you inside and show you around." Samuel grabs his keys out of his pocket and opens the front door. They both walk in. Samuel walks right through the tiny hallway, but Noah stops and reads the newspaper on the wall, saying, "5 children are now reported missing, suspect convicted." 5 children are now linked to the incident at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, where a man dressed as a cartoon mascot lured them into the back room. While the suspect was never found, the bodies themselves were never found either. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza has been fighting an uphill battle ever since to convince families to return to the pizzeria. It's a tragedy. Noah moves on and walks in the building with his eyebrows raised up in mystery. Noah stands in the party room all the while Samuel sets up the power in the parts and service room. Noah looks around, seeing all the garbage, soda cans, and pizza crust everywhere, on the floor, and even some pizza sauce on the ceiling. Noah turns around, seeing the stage, with red curtains blocking what's inside of it. Noah grabs part of the curtain and pulls it to the side, seeing a tall animatronic bear with short fluffy fur. But it's looking down since the power is off, and its eyes are dim and dark. Noah pulls the other side of the curtain to the end and sees another animatronic. But this is a bunny, standing taller than the other, with long ears and short purple fur. Samuel comes back with dust all over him and sweat all over his neck. "Thank you, sir, for coming at such a short notice. I'm sure you are very busy. I appreciate it. So, we have been getting lots of complaints about the smell, not just from our own and the food, but the animatronics mainly. All 4 of them." "There are 4 of them?" Noah says surprisingly. "Yes, we have 4 animatronics. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, of course. But we do have old suits in the back. But we're selling them off. We already sold our old security puppet and old Fredbear too. But we haven't yet sold that yellow bunny. Spring bunny, sorry. Yet it's just the smell. It's horrendous. Just because of the old rubber decomposing or whatever. And no matter what we do, we can't get rid of it. It's just there. So we just put them in the back room and just sealed it off with some wood. We're planning to fully seal off the room because we don't need that room anymore. Too much extra space just for a little establishment, you know? And that's only used for rental parties. And of course, we're not going to throw it away. We still need it to sell it, you know? Let me see all 4 of these animatronics, Noah says as he looks back up at Freddy. Okay, well, these 2 are Freddy and Bonnie. They're both in great condition, not just for partying and dancing, but to even walk. You know, they didn't always walk. Just one day back in '86, they just stopped and started being weird, making weird noises, and starting to be more active and aggressive during the night. They walk, Noah says. Yes, but they only walk during parties and sometimes at night, you know, so they don't lock up. Noah gives Samuel a weird face. Samuel looks down, biting his thumb. Damn engineers. I know. It's just how they built the machine. It's weird. But I'm getting carried away. Let me go and show you Chica. They both walk down to the parts and service room. On a flat table sits an animatronic, but it's the inner body. It's the endoskeleton. The outer shell is on a shelf. It's a yellow chicken with a bib saying, "Let's eat." Samuel puts his hand on the robot. Now, you're probably wondering, why is Chica out of her suit? Well, you see, she's been eating lots of pizza, and it's messing up her insides. Nah, I'm just joking. But the teens from the high school nearby have been breaking in and ruining everything in here. Samuel looks down. We had a security card, but he went missing. And after that, we had Mike, but we had to let him go due to him tampering with the animatronics, and he just smelled like roadkill. I can even smell him now. Ugh. So now we're looking for a new night guard. Noah looks around the parts and service room, looking at all the extra robot parts and junk, and even sees a jar full of broken eyes from old animatronics. So, you said that there's 4, says Noah. Oh yes, follow me. They both walk out and go to a thin, large stand with curtains blocking what's inside it. You see, Foxy is more active than the others. He likes to play shows for all the kids and even plays tag sometimes, but you have to ask me first so I can get him set up. Samuel pulls 2 quarters out of his pocket and puts it in the machine. The curtains move to the side and a pirate music plays. Then a tall fox starts to dance and sing along with the music. But after a minute, he stops and the curtains close. Well, that was a show, says Noah in a sarcastic tone. Right, let me bring you to the office. They both walk down a long, narrow hallway. Samuel swipes a card, opening the door, but this door is a metal door, and it goes up, almost like a trap for a mouse. They both walk in the office. It's dark, with the only light coming from the monitors. Samuel falls back on the chair, crosses his legs, put his hands behind his head. Well, this is the office. We just watch over everything so the kids don't get hurt, says Samuel. Noah looks at the monitors, seeing Freddy's head up, looking at Foxy's cove. Noah looks at Samuel and crosses his arms and starts walking in circles around Samuel. So, I got a lead a week ago about this place. So I did my research. There was a murderer in '86 that first killed a little girl called Charlotte Emily. A month later, 4 more children died, and we assume this was done by the same person because of the same weapon used and the purple fuzz left behind from possibly purple gloves. After that, the creators of Freddy's left and sold the franchise because of both of their children dying at Freddy's. But when they sold the Freddy's brand, 5 more children died, but the bodies were never found. So, the new Freddy's moved and made a smaller establishment 3 years ago. And now, 3 years later, the purple murderer came back and possibly killed your night guard 2.5 weeks ago. And the purple murderer has also been seen around the elementary school on Pimento Street and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Now, have you seen this man before? Possibly wearing purple gloves and a purple mask, Samuel? Samuel shakes his head and looks down. I have not, but I have seen the purple fuzz on the animatronics when washing them before. Man, it's just getting crazier by the days. Samuel looks up and wipes the sweat off his head and looks at the glaring light shining into his eyes. I want to know the original owners and the construction workers of Freddy's. Do you still have the papers? Said Noah. Oh yes, I do. Here. In one of these drawers. Here, let me get them. Samuel opens up some rusty old drawers, looking for the papers. All the while, Noah walks around, looking at the pizzeria and seeing all the old photos on the walls. One of the photos shows a pink fox and a little wooden robot boy and a puppet. Another photo shows a big yellow robot bear and a man looking at something off camera. Noah looks at the tables and chairs, seeing where they are all placed, seeing all the dust build up on the floor, and even finds a pencil. He picks up the pencil. It's metal. And the eraser is a button. Noah pushes down on the button. Lead comes out the other end. He pushes it again. The lead goes back in. Noah puts the pencil in his pocket. Noah visits the kitchen, seeing all the unused pots and pans with dust filling up. Then, he opens up all the drawers, seeing what's in them. And he finds out that all the forks and knives are missing. Noah looks at the ground and sees gum, newspaper magazines of women, and a wallet. Noah picks up the wallet, but nothing is inside of it, so he puts it in a pot and walks off. Noah walks back down the hallway to the office. He sees a clock. It says 7 p.m. So, did you find anything? Says Noah. No, I did not. And I swear, I put it in there. I even remember me putting it in there. Samuel is stunned and rubs his head. Maybe the teenagers took it? Samuel says, looking at Noah. Noah bites his tongue in frustration. Noah glances over and sees a clock in the office saying 8 p.m. Noah's partner, Carter, barges in and talks to Noah. Noah, it's already 8:20 p.m. We have been here for 5 hours. And I didn't even eat yet. And you know, I get hungry after my long naps. And when I'm hungry, I get angry. So let's get out of here and report back. And then I can go home and eat something. Come on, pal. I'm staying, said Noah. You can go. I will report later when I'm finished. Roger that. See ya. And Carter walks out in a rush and slams the doors. Samuel looks at Noah and says, You're staying? Yes. You said you needed a night guard, right? So I can keep watch for this week. Correct? Okay, yes. Thank you so much. I really need this. Samuel says. I will repay you later. Thank you so much. Well, actually, since it's 8 p.m., I actually gotta go. I have big business to take care of back home. So, I'll see you later. Thank you, sir. Call me Noah. Not sir. Got it. As Samuel is walking out the doors, he yells, "Oh yeah, I forgot. There are training tapes in the office for new people, and there is a voice messaging system for you to help. It's kind of outdated, but it will do. Again, thank you so much. This does help a lot." Samuel throws the keys to Noah, and Samuel walks out, but Noah leaves the doors unlocked and does not lock them. Noah walks to the office, but he stops and looks at Freddy and Bonnie. He looks at Bonnie, at his eyes. Both of Bonnie's eyes are closed, almost like he is sad. But something square is inside his head. Noah reaches his hand out to open up his head to grab the square thing, but Noah stops and decides to look at it later. Noah walks it off. Noah walks to the parts and service room and turns on the rest of the power for the cameras to turn on. Noah walks through the narrow hallway, looking at the clock one more time and seeing all the pictures around. He goes into the office and closes the door, pulling down a switch. He sits down in the leather chair and slides his way over to the desk and looks at the cameras. But a flashing red light coming from a phone blinks. Noah reaches his arms out and presses the button. Play.
Hello? Hello? I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll do fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night. Something about their servos locking up if they get turned off for too long. They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now, concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth when they pop out the front of the mask. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.